With the abundance of epic fights in solo leveling, you might think it may be hard for one to stand out among the rest. Well, you're wrong, because Jinwoo vs the Ant King is the best fight of solo leveling so far. I can't be wrong, it got a 9.8 on IMDb. Anyways, I want to see why this fight in particular is such a great fight that stands out as the best. There are two broad aspects that determine the quality of a fight. The first is the technical aspects. You know, animation, cinematography, choreography, sound design, music, and I'd put voice acting performance under this too. And then there's just as important, if not more so, is of course, storytelling. The build-up, execution, and consequences of the fight. Now, let's get the obvious out of the way. The technical aspect of the fight is what carries the fight, as is the case with many anime fights. The visuals of the fight are some of the best I've seen in anime, with some gorgeous shots and outstanding long shots showing off incredibly fast movement that can be followed through the chaos. The beginning of the fight was kinda funny in how straightforward it was because it was just Jinwoo and the Ant King throwing hands one after another. But luckily the second half of the fight stepped it up as both parties went full throttle. The sound of the metal hitting the claws is very satisfying, along with the destruction of the cave as they break the ground they stand on due to their immense strength and speed. Another technique they use is portraying them as lines, which is commonly used especially for very fast and open fights. I personally like it, but obviously not for the whole fight. And besides that, the detail of the animation never dips, which is greatly appreciated, and is something I worry about thanks to Jujutsu Kaisen, unfortunately. I don't know the practices of A1 Pictures, but I pray the animators are being treated nicely for their incredible work this season. The music for the fight by the legendary Hiroyuki Sawano is of course epic as well. But yeah, for the technical aspect, Jinwoo vs the Ant King is damn near flawless. It is truly a beautiful fight to witness. As for the storytelling, solo leveling is not popular or great for its story. Let's get that out of the way. But I'll give this fight credit. It has more meat to it than most of the other fights in the show. First off, Jeju Island and its ants have been a looming threat since the opening scene of the show, so conflict that ends that storyline was inevitable, and this fight did just that, which is cool. Also, the build-up for the fight was also well done, as in the previous episode, the Ant King was shown to be an unbeatable threat. No amount of S-rank hunters could stop it, and the ending of Jinwoo preparing to exchange was pretty hype. There is also the famous standoff, which is also epic. So build-up wise, this fight is good. However, the fight itself, narratively, is kinda mid. And this can be seen if we look at how each party looked like at the end of the fight. See, here's Jinwoo, and here's the Ant King. It was not a close fight. And it's not like Saitama vs Boris, where the point of it was that the fight wasn't close. Jinwoo has just gotten to an extreme level of power that an opponent that is capable of taking out the strongest hunters in the world can barely hurt Jinwoo. The stakes were low since there was no way Jinwoo was losing this. Though I am glad they added some stakes since Jinwoo had to finish the fight fast enough in order to save High-End in time. But yeah, this was a narratively weak fight as per usual with solo leveling. Jinwoo and the Ant King have never met before or had any previous history. Jinwoo just needed to defeat the bad guy, and the Ant King just wanted to find someone worthy enough to be the king of the humans. Well, I guess he got his wish. Overall, Jinwoo vs the Ant King is still a great fight that is super fun to watch, even if it is weak in the storytelling department. It is worth your time to watch the fight to see the incredible amount of work put into adapting this hyped up fight that, in my opinion, lived up to it. And as always, thanks for watching.